What's up, guys? I'm Mike.
I'm Luke.
And today we're reviewing another of the new starter deck sets coming out. This is starter deck 16. I had it on my tongue. I just couldn't say it. Luke. This is the blue Donquixote Doflamingo deck. Going pretty hard with this brand new artwork. You no longer need to spend $200 to have a holo version of a new meta leader because it's from set 1. Spoiler alert, this, in my opinion, is the strongest out of the box deck. But if you're looking for how to take this deck from out of the box to your top tables, we're going to have an upgrade guide that's going to walk you through turning this into a masterful meta deck. And that'll come out closer to the release of this product. We've also reviewed already Red Edward Newgate and Green Film Uzo, which is on the channel. But if you're watching this the day this came out, we already have recorded the other 3 decks, and members of the channel who support us with $5 a month get that and all other content early, so you can go watch that right now if you would consider supporting our awesome content here on YouTube. But this is Donquixote Doflamingo, a 5-life, 5,000 power blue leader with Dawn 2 when attacking, so with 2 Dawn on it, you may pay 1. Reveal the top card of your deck, and if it has a character of, oh my god, I did translate 7 warlords.
7 warlords.
Shichibukai. When it costs a 4 or less, you may place it into play rested.
Dang.
Boy.
Yeah.
This,
boy.
yo, spoiler, the new cards in this deck, I think definitively we make this deck, even if RP Law was in the format, like, make this deck a top 10 contender for the meta. And the fact that they've repackaged almost, there's only 1 card this deck is missing from a base level, which is the Moria from the original starter deck, which is why that card might be up to $20, honestly, by the time this deck comes out. And yeah, this card's a whole house. We're gonna get into it here today, how and why the new cards just make an already powerful leader so much more powerful. And even for upgrading, it's super affordable to do so as well. Like, a lot of the cards you want for this deck are rares or commons. There's like a few SRs, and there's like select secrets if you want like specific top end bombs, you know? But you don't need to shell out a bunch of money on like 20 SRs.
Yeah. Amazing deck. It's one of my pet decks at the moment, so I'm excited to play a tier 0 deck again.
And of course, when we get all the new cards, we're going to be rating them on our power scale. Luke, explain the power scale to the people.
Yeah, so the power scale is from 1, a completely unplayable trash card, do not even consider it, to 5, a game warping, meta changing card that you're always going to have to play around and always have to consider when deck building. So cards like Gecko Moria, Black Maria, Yamato.
Did you actually just say Yamato instead of
Yamato.
10 Mom?
10 Mom is actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
that's actually
you're just trying to protect your pudding princess decks.
Yeah, no.
He has an agenda, folks. He has an agenda. And I'll be reading a lot of the cards because we're doing a remote shoot for this one, and so I have the record going for that. First up, great reprint here. Donquixote Doflamingo blocker. You're getting 4 of these. It's a rare from set 1. You need this to play the deck, so getting a reprint of this is fantastic. They're currently like $6, I think, a copy. So, and that's after we know we're getting it in like a month and a half from now. So, crazy. Blocker, on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You rearrange them in any order. So what you do is you play this, and then you set up your deck to attack and activate with this leader. Honestly, the thing is, once you build the version of this deck with the new starter deck cards, you might only have like 8 to 10 cards in the deck that aren't 7 warlords. Still, you play this to get the best combination value possible off top of your deck, and this card is fantastic. I'm glad they kept the art. I actually really like this original art from it, so big up on that.
Yeah, really good art. Really good. Yeah, you basically dictate the next 2 turns of your plays. So it's really good. It's really important. So this coupled with like Perona, things like that. Yeah. And
then late game, when you're digging for specific cards, you can find it, or if you don't find it, just bottom 5 cards to get closer to it. It's great in every single way.
Yep.
Next we have Overheat. It's called Excess Whip Thread. It's Overheat. It's Overheat, bro. 2 cost counter event. Up to 1 of your leaders or characters gets 4,000 power for the battle. And then you can return a character costs 3 or less to your hand. Trigger return of the 1 character costs a 4 or less to its owner's hand. This is the least exciting card in the whole deck, but it's still a fairly reasonable and good counter to include for new players to make it a new player package. So it's also another OP01 rare reprint. So I think that's super helpful for the game.
Yeah, you can rip these out of the deck and slap them into your Nami deck. So it's
honestly,
I actually don't even think they don't even play that anymore. Yeah, they don't even play it.
We're cutting, bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of cutting, let's cut some shadows off with this Gecko Moria. This is one of the cards that really pushes this leader because it's a 4/6 vanilla. You may say to yourself, Mike, I may be a scrubby new player, but that doesn't seem like it's the best thing. Well, the thing is, if it's randomly on top of your deck, on your second turn, you went first on 3 Dawn, or you played a 1-drop Reorganizer like Perona, or the new one we'll get into for this deck. Then you attack for 7 on your second turn at 3 Dawn, pay 1 to activate, and then you played a 4/6 while attacking for 7 on your second turn. So, and yes, it comes in rested, but it's a 6k body, so it's way harder to remove it.
So easy to defend,
Yeah, so good. So great reprint here of like, this is probably the most powerful common in the deck. I feel like that's fair to say. Or like common that already exists. I'm sure like there's some other ones that are reprinted. But yeah, this, if they're gonna choose anything, this is the guy. Next up, Bartholomew Kuma. This one doesn't make the deck in a lot of ways these days, but I've always actually really liked this card, and I think it's great for new players in lieu of having a searcher and reprinting the Sengoku that just came out, so I think this is great. It's a 3/3 with 1k counter, and when played, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, reveal 1 card with 7 warlords, and add it to your hand. Then you may rearrange the remaining cards, so the 1 left over, or 2 if you miss and you don't put 1 into your hand, on the top or bottom. So you can take the other card and either set it up for Dofi, or for your following draw, or put it at the bottom if you don't want it at all. It's a great piece of rearranging. I think the power level deck has just grown so high in terms of valuing that this card isn't needed. Like in a world where we don't get even just 1 of the 2 very powerful reorganizing and card advantage cards that we're going to see in this deck, I think you actually end up running this in the current format. But because he has decided to give us absolute crazy level card value for this deck, we have to end up cutting it. A little spoiler for the upgrade guide, but I love this card. I think it's great for new players and lets you feel a lot more in control of the deck and learning the decision-making process because you're looking at your deck more and finding cards more.
Yeah. The name of this deck is literally to rearrange and then plan your moves ahead. So you're gonna see a lot of these cards that really help just make that guesswork less guess and just work.
Yeah, so. And I think this goes to note, like, I mentioned how I think this is the most powerful of all the starter decks out the rip, but I think it's also the highest skill, like, intensity, where it's like 2 players who have never played this game, this one will probably lose more because they're going to be overwhelmed with decision making and not fully understand why they're even making certain decisions or what ones are the correct ones to make. Or the value is just too strong because honestly some of these new cards are crazy. Rip the event card investors, although the CS one already brought it down a bit. The CS and the reprint that just came out today for the Nationals reprint set already brought it down. But this is Jinbei, event pack full art. It's a 4-cost 5,000 power character. 1k counter on KO, place up to 1 character when it costs a 3 or less at the bottom of its owner's deck. So we got some bottom deck introduction, which is Blue's removal tool they usually do is bottom deck ER bounce on a well-statted 7 warlords body. I'm a big fan. I gotta tell you something. It wasn't until this card came out in America that I realized that this was like Jinbei in the Sun Pirates, because for some reason it was always being shared as such a low-res small picture that I thought it was like child Jinbei. He looks so much younger, like in the previews. I remember like during like the previews for this game being like tested and like set 1 when this was coming out, I was like, man, it's weird that they're releasing like child Jinbei as a 7 warlord card. That's weird.
It's always been one of those, for me, like having started playing this game from super pre-release, this has always been one of the most coveted cards for blue players specifically. It was always hard to get. It was insanely rare for the time because there had only been like a couple treasure cups, a couple regionals. So,
and then they cycled them out pretty fast too.
Yeah, and now we are lousy with them, and now we have so many. So
and they're also at their lowest because we're at such a go big format where like when this came out, Zoro and Red Green Law was a huge threat. So like you were like, I get to swing, and if they punish me, I punish them back. Like yeah,
it was too good.
Like you flip this with a Dofi, it comes in rested. If they want to attack it down, like keep board parity, they lose something.
And back then, like there weren't a lot of bouncing things. There weren't a lot of bottom deck things. So on KO, like we would have to jet pistol back in my day.
Back in my day, we had to jet pistol this son of a bitch fish. Yeah, this is a good new player card as well because it comes into play rested with the leader ability. You feel less bad when your opponent pressures it to remove. Whereas like oh, I could have played a card from hand, they would come in unrested and then they could attack into it. It's like having that stapled on just encourages them to play with the leader ability more and feel less bad in certain situations. Next up, Edward Weevil. He's a weeb, dude. He's a weeb. Edward Weevil. This is the 3/5 vanilla from Starter Deck 1. Or Starter Deck 3. Starter Deck 3 is the number for the blue deck. Spoiler alert, we do play Edward Weevil in the good version of this deck, but it's from Extra Booster, which just came out, so they didn't put it in this, so we're just gonna move on.
Yes,
but it's fine. It's fine, but we're gonna replace it.
Yeah.
Wait, Moria is in this deck? Wait, I thought it wasn't.
Sick.
Oh, shit.
Cool.
Is there 4 of this?
Is there 4?
Oh, let's go. Damn it, I just bought some from Russ. I thought it wasn't in the deck. I just paid. I mean, he gave me a good deal on it, so it's fine.
It's fine, yeah.
But, what'd I do? Misplay. Misplay in the comments, god damn it.
Misplay IRL, dude.
I'm not gonna play this deck till the starter deck comes out anyway, so.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's fine.
4/5, 1K counter, on play, add up to 1 character with your Thriller Bark, which is kind of wild because it's never been relevant ever. That's never been relevant.
Yeah.
Or 7 Warlords when it costs a 4 or less from your trash to your hand, except for Gecko Moria. So you play off top of your deck for free or cheat it in other ways, or just play it and then immediately gets a counter back to your hand, usually upgraded as a 2K counter. Or you get a tool piece if you need a specific character at your board for an on-play ability or another kind of ability.
Yeah, I guess you could find Perona with that, right? In trash, so.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You could add the Perona and then play Perona to set up your deck.
But that's it.
Yeah, I mean, you could get the double attack Moria from set 1.
You can also get the 4/6 Moria, I guess.
Oh, no, you can't grab Gecko Moria. You can't grab Gecko Moria.
Can't get...
Literally useless, bro. Anyway, this is actually one of the best cards in the deck, though. Actually, though, one of the best cards in the deck.
Yeah.
Love this dork. Great reprint. This is also a great reprint for that deck. It's Starter Deck 1, or Starter Deck 3. Come on, 1. Dracule Mihawk, which is a 4/5 with 2K counter. It's mainly a 2K counter, but if you do have to play it, or you end up cheating into play, it is a great card effect, which says when it attacks, it has a dot on it, so you attack it for 6 at that point. You can draw 2, discard 2. So let's just sculpt your hand either for bombs, interaction piece, higher counter power, and you always draw 2 first. You're always getting rid of the worst 2 cards. You're not having to pitch blindly, not knowing what you're getting. Yeah, great to be giving new players a 4 copy of this. It's just, again, they did such a great job at picking flip targets that are both good, and because they're good in the ways they are, minimizing the feel bad as much as possible for new players, or like, oh, I didn't really prepare to defend this, I just kind of flipped it and now I'm sad I'm losing it. They gave them effects that are worth it and balanced in the scope of the entire deck building.
And it's a 4/6, yeah, basically it's like a 4/6 2K attacking Sabo, so it's really cool. You fold your cards.
I will say, I wish they just gave us the event pack art, or the toy pack art, which is way better. Yeah,
dude,
not as good.
Can you imagine? They'd be pissed. People would be mad.
I mean, it'd be like that. My boy got a reprint. Choke Blocker Law, 1/1, no counter blocker. You're not gonna play this card after you get a few new cards for it, but I mean, for a new player, putting this chump blocker gonna be flipped up at the top of the deck is pretty good. So it's cool. We're not gonna complain about it. The brand new Croc-O Boy is here. It's a 4/5 with 1K counter. This one is a 4 of. Yep, 4 of. On play, reveal 1 card from the top of your deck, and if that card has 7 Warlords, draw 2 cards, then place a card for your hand on top of your deck. Yeah, it's so good. So you replace it because you're gonna +1.
Yep.
And then obviously you have that one on top of your deck, but you're gonna be setting up this shit, right? This is like why Dofi's good, Perona's good, the other new card we revealed is good. So you're gonna have it there. It's just gonna be there, right? Yeah. Then you're going to draw 2 cards, and then not even put one. This is like this is brainstorm for the One Piece card game. This is literal, actual, factual brainstorm for Magic the Gathering, where you're then gonna put one on top of your deck to set up your Dofi attack, or set up other top deck checks, or again, just be like, all my cards are good. What if my opponent messes with my hand in some way? I'm gonna put back the card I need to protect by putting it on top of my deck. This card is so good. It's so good.
That is ridiculous, dude. That is ridiculous.
3.5. It's almost a 4. I think it's a 3.5.
I think it's a 4.
Here's the thing. It's the other cards that make it a 4. This card itself is not a 4.
Agreed. Yeah.
I think it's a 3.5, but it plays like a 4.
Yes. I think in conjunction with Jinbei, this is a 4. This is like a 4.5.
Like conjunction with the rearrangers. Yeah. The multiplayer Jinbei.
Oh god, dude.
The new
Can
law
you imagine? Dude, can you imagine? You play Jinbei, you play this.
I can imagine because I'm gonna play this deck when it comes out. I'm gonna play this deck,
dude. Yeah, 100%. And then you flip it, and then you play another one, and then you just chain it, and then what?
Yeah, you're not gonna play Kaya anymore. Like right now, you're playing Kaya and returning it to hand with the 2K counter Croc. Yeah. Now you just play this one. You don't play any Kayas.
Ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous.
So good.
So good.
Speaking of which, my boy, the good law, brand new. There's a 2 of. Is a 4/5 1K counter, and on play, you may return one of your characters to your hand. If your leader is 7 warlords, return a 4 or less to their owner's hand. Now, this may not seem that good, but we have a card called Jinbei that is in this deck. It's a 4/5 that, when it's played, lets you play an additional 7 warlords from your hand. So if you flip it off a leader, you're playing 2 things for free. If not, you're getting a 2-for-1 play value off that. And then we're going to get to it because they're reprinting a new one instead of old ones. But let's talk about the Kuma we saw earlier. The 3/3 Kuma, you play it for card value, but it's not a great attacker. You then return it to your hand with this and then use it for counter power or replay it for more value later and setting up the top of your deck later. This card single-handedly makes the deck meta because it gets to insulate interaction on curve while populating board. This card, here's the thing. I think this card is also just a 3.5 though. This is like the Croc, where this card is only as good as the combination play you're returning. And if you return like the average card in the game, this card would just be actually not that good. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
I think that's just could be said for all of the warlord cards.
Yeah,
to be honest.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, no. There's one that specifically I think is a 4 that we haven't got to.
Okay.
I think there's one that's very hard to line up for.
Yeah. So I'm super up on this card. I think this is what turns the deck into a tier 0 in conjunction with the Crocodile. Yeah. So like this is such a good card, man. I'm so excited for the future of Doflamingo. This is gonna be so sick.
And it's my boy.
Yeah, 3.5 for me. And again, yes, with Jinbei, that's a 4.5 immediately. So.
Yep. Here it is Buggy. So in set 1, we got a card called Perona, we saw about with the Moria earlier, which is a 1/2 with 1K counter that on play checks the top 5. And you could still easily play some copies in this. But now we get to upgrade the Buggy. This is a 1/2 with 2K counter. It also is 7 warlords, so it combines with every single card in this set, unlike Perona, which could be like a dead hit on top of your deck, or a dead hit for checks, and etc. This one is never a dead hit. It's also a 2K counter, so you can play this, rearrange the top of your deck, then play your law, off the leader trigger, returning this 2K to your hand to either play it again to rearrange your deck or keep it as hand as a 2K and then return a 4. This is also a 3.5. The fact that we have this ability in blue stable on a 2K counter, and blue, it doesn't matter, it's a 7 warlords deck. Blue already has tons of cards. It's about bouncing your cheap stuff back to your hand to activate effects. So to me, a 1-drop rearranger with 2K counter that incentivizes you to play into the return to activate effects cards makes this a 3.5 as a goddamn common.
That is way too good, man. That is way too good. Dude, I honestly, is the only
actually, you know, I lied. I'm giving this a 4. I think this is a 4, actually. This is better than Thatch. This is better than Thatch. I'm giving this a 4.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But, like, dude, the only cards that are going to be not Warlords traded are going to be, like, Sengoku and maybe some, like, Tech
Red Rock, Gravity Blade. It's going to be, like, your non-event, like, your non-characters.
Yeah,
maybe, like, Tech-Drop Kaido of some sort.
Wild, dude.
Yeah. This card is
wild fucking deck.
So good.
Yep.
So good. Here's the other card. So this is a card I think is a hard 4. So yeah, I know they keep messing up Boa. I don't know what's up. They have an agenda. I feel like it's like the Sanji slander agenda Toei has.
Yeah. Weird.
Boa Hancock is a 4/6 7 warlord, so it can be played on top of your deck with blocker and enters to rearrange the top 3. Then afterwards, you get to give Arrested Dawn to one of your characters with 7 warlords or a leader. This card is the hard 4, almost 4.5, because you can wheel it, set up your draw step, and the following activation. And if you hard play it from hand first to set up the activation for the turn, you get to put one of your 2 Dawn you need on leader back to your leader. Hard 4. Maybe ridiculous. A 4.5, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, ridiculous. You were like, oh, well, they're all 3.5s. This is not.
Yeah,
this is fun. Like, law is important for tempo reasons, but it's like very fair. It's just the deck is doing super high-end value stuff in this shell that makes this card feel better than it is. This is the reason it gets to do shit like that.
That is crazy. Yeah, I see what you mean now. After 3 deck guides of Like, hey, something enters the battlefield and it gives us Rested Dawn to like a leader or a character. That's
We finally have the leader
really
that wants
cool.
the Dawn. Well, aside from Uda, but the Uda one was like a really weird value spread.
Yeah, but this is. Oh man, I can't wait for the promo alters of this card,
dude. Please, SP, dude,
Please.
SP set.
Please, man.
SP.
Please fix
Oh,
this
dude,
card.
SP. Wait, next. I'm calling it. OPO10. You heard in this video first. All right, clip it. OPO10's SP set will be the wanted 7 Warlords posters. So it'll be another poster set, but it's only the 7 Warlords wanted posters for when they dissolve the Warlord system.
It's either going to be that or it's going to be SPs of all of the one-off cards from the starters.
That's fine. At some point, I'm just going to say 10 because the next set we don't know about. But at some point, I think there's going to be an SP set. It's just all the... Or maybe a premium set. Premium Bandai set.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I hope, dude.
Wait, isn't the Japanese... the Chinese exclusive, they have a Warlords one. I think they do. It's not wanted posters, but I think they actually deadass have this. Wait, hold on. But then there's a treasure. Yeah, so it's a Boa mat. And then it's all Warlords, but one is the Rev Barto.
Dude, literally, why does China get all the better...
I know! They get an Altar Moria in a premium set. They get the 2K counter Buggy. And they get the 3/4 Dofi, which I think is better. People are like, look at this Altar for the Law that's in this set, dude. Look how hard that goes.
The Buggy, too, man.
This is the... Wait, is this the 4/6?
Yeah.
This is the 4/6 Weevil!
It's the 4/6 Weevil and the 1/2 Buggy that we
and
just
it has
looked
this
at.
2-drop Blackbeard that's good that we haven't got to. God damn.
What, dude? What? Why, dude?
Maybe we'll get it. Maybe this will be the one, because there's so many. Like, the Straw Hat ones, it was only a handful. This is so many.
That Boa mat is sick, dude. Holy crap.
God damn it, dude.
No way, dude. No way, dude.
Chinese 2nd anniversary, bro. Chinese be eating, bro.
Oh
They have
my
healthcare. We
God,
don't.
dude. Uh-huh.
They have this and healthcare, Luke. Where are we at? What are we doing over here?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Here's that new Blackbeard. It's Marshall DT. This arc goes so
Whoa,
hard.
that art is
right,
hard,
dude? It's
that
so
is sick.
good. 2-drop 3K counter, or sorry, 2-drop 3,000 power with 1K counter. Activate main once per turn. You may place 1 card from your hand on top of your deck. Put 2 Rested Dawn on one of your leader characters.
Dude.
So you go first, you go to 3, you play it, you activate it. So you don't end up plussing, because usually with your leader you end up plussing because you're just getting a card off top of your deck. But you get to set up exactly what's on your deck, and then the Dawn's for free, so you populate this body and then a secondary body. And it's 7 goes straight in. Yeah.
Dude, this deck is now so tight. Like
it's so good, dude.
I don't know what to add at this point. Like there's just
literally they can just never
everything.
print another 7 Warlords card, and this deck will probably be tier 1 to tier 2 for the next 2 years.
This is ridiculous. I'm playing blue.
Welcome to the club, buddy.
Yeah.
4? No, 3.5.
Dude,
It's only good because of the leader.
3.5,
It's only good because of the
3.5.
leader. It's only good because of the leader.
It's 100%.
And that is our ST17 review. Guys, let us know in the comment section what you're most excited about from this deck. If you haven't already, we reviewed the Edward Newgate and the red Edward Newgate and the green film Uda deck up on the channel. The other 3, which are Purple Luffy, Yellow Katakuri, and Black Smoker, will be coming out the next couple of days. If you're watching this the day this came out. But if you don't want to wait, support us by becoming a member and get content up to 2 weeks early and exclusive member streams and content. And until we see you guys on the next one, make sure to subscribe for more great One Piece content.
Bye.